Great evening and a welcome to the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast with your host, Lakeisha McKnight. Hello to you. Thank you so much for being connected to this podcast. Remember, this podcast is a media outlet for the nonprofit based in Chesapeake, Virginia, here in the United States of America or North America. And the name of the nonprofit is Women of Elevation Career Services International. We are a 501c3 organization where our legal name is the Kingdom Expansion Enterprises Incorporated. So we appreciate you for being connected to this nonprofit. And the mission of this nonprofit and the podcast is to empower women like yourself with the ability, right, with the tools to be able to create, relate, and elevate. Those are our three core areas. During the first 4 months of the year, we focus on helping you to create products, services, and essentially the lifestyle that you desire. And then the next 4 months in the year, we talk about helping you to grow stronger personal and professional relationships so that you can have a thriving lifestyle. And then the last 4 months of the year, which is where we are right now, we're going to help you to prepare to elevate into your due season so that you can live that lifestyle. That's right, your desired lifestyle. Whatever your lifestyle is that you want to create for yourselves, we're going to help you to do that so that you can really just truly enjoy living and having that career that you've always desired. Because all of these elements are really important to you having a strong career and therefore your desired lifestyle. So thank you so much for being connected. Now, we specifically help women who are single. That's right. Single with children. Those of you who may have experienced or may be going through currently abuse, whether it's domestic abuse or you've experienced childhood abuse or neglect. We also help those women with unfulfilled career goals. So if you are female, you haven't quite really walked in your desired career, whether it's as an entrepreneur or a corporate woman, we're here to help you as well, give you the tools to succeed. So thank you so much for being connected here. And remember, you can always go to our website to learn more about what we do, which is www.womenofelevation.com. So before we dive into tonight's episode topic at hand, I am going to share on the main social network that we leverage the most, and that is Facebook. I'm going to share on my personal profile, and I am going to share in a group where all of the members of our community are connected. And then I'm going to share on the fan page, okay, for the podcast. So let me go ahead and do that right now. And just note that this podcast is a show that is a part of a station that builds leaders, and that's the Leadership TKO Internet Radio Station. So what I'm going to do now is share on my wall. So I'm going to go ahead and say, join me now, and feel free to share this episode with people connected to you on the social media platforms as well. So I'm going to go ahead and type in, join me now, as I am live helping women okay, here we go. So this is what we're doing right now. We always like to share and let people know that we are indeed live, because we believe that sharing is caring, and we want to really impact as many women as possible. So that's what I'm doing right now. And again, feel free to share with other women that you know, because, you know, this is indeed important. The work that we're doing here is extremely important, and it is changing lives. So I want you to feel free to share, even as we're sharing. So the next place, again, that I'm sharing is I'm going to share in the community group on Facebook. And you can find us on Facebook, okay? If you go to the search area, because Facebook has that area where you can search for groups and pages and people, I want you to search for the group. And the name of the group is Women of Elevation. That way you can go ahead and you can request to join the group. So I'm going to go and I'm going to locate the group on Facebook, which I've just done, and I'm going to share that they can also join me on the platform as well. All right, so we've shared there. Awesome. All right, and as I said, the last place where we're going to share and let people know that we're live is on our fan page. We do have a page that you can look up on Facebook, and we're going to start to utilize that page a lot more. We haven't done as much in the past, but we're going to try to incorporate contests and such on that page, as well as really engaging questions regarding our podcast. So we're going to do that. So here we go. Let's go ahead and share to that page there. Here we go. Just share there. Let's go ahead and post. Okay, here we go. All right, so it says it was successful. Awesome. So it's about 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just in case you're wondering whether you're catching this live or not. Even if you're listening to this on demand, if you enjoy anything that you hear during these episodes with this podcast, I want you to hit the little heart button. That's the like button that lets us know that you've enjoyed it. And you can always leave comments or ask questions while we're here on the platform. We love engaging our sisters out there to help you to really move forward. Okay, so here we go. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to begin this. So if you notice, the title of this episode is really talking about how does high self-worth, really help women to elevate. Okay, how does it help prepare women to elevate? And so that's where our focus is, helping you to prepare for elevation, promotion, being moved to that next level, your due season. And those of you who desire to do that, because you really have to have the internal drive to be able to do that. And so we're talking about high self-worth. So it's important for us to understand really what is high self-worth. And I actually gathered together some notes that I really want to share with you that will help us to understand this just a little bit more. Okay, just a little bit more. So really, when we're talking about self-worth, once again, we're talking about is the opinion you have about yourself and the value you place on yourself. So an example of self-worth is your belief that you are a good person who deserves good things, or your belief that you are a bad person who deserves bad things. Okay, so it's really what you believe about yourself. That's truly what it's about. Okay, it does impact your behavior and your thoughts. Okay, it changes how you feel about many things, really, and the value that you place upon yourself. It also affects your confidence. Okay, and that can affect your success and thinking in a huge way. So why should you really care about self-worth and having that high self-worth? Because having high self-worth, okay, it can be the difference between success and failure. Self-worth can impact your thinking, indeed, causing your outlook to be positive or negative. I know we shared something about this before. So it impacts your confidence. It impacts your, what you see about yourself, your self-image. So if you do not value yourself, how will you be able to value other people? And when you do have high self-worth, it really enables you to have the right attitude to succeed in your career. Overall, it impacts your ability to be happy. Okay, it impacts your ability to be happy and to have that joy that no one can really take away. And so I want you to consider this as you're moving forward, as you're making decisions. Before you're beginning your day, it's really important that you analyze and assess how you feel about yourself. And the great way of doing this is looking at yourself in the mirror. Of course, you're going to really look at your self-image, because that's what you're looking at when you're in the mirror, right? But what do you believe and what do you perceive about yourself? How do you think about yourself, even after looking in the mirror? Do you believe that you're beautiful? Do you believe that you deserve success, that you deserve the best out of life? These are the questions that you should really ask yourself every single day, because your response is going to guide your behavior and, ultimately your actions, okay? Actions and behaviors are the same thing. So I want you to think about that as you're moving forward this evening. To have high self-worth, you really have to work on your mindset, because it starts internally and it will ooze itself outwardly on your actions and your words. So think about this. How do you feel about yourself? And if it needs to improve, what are some things that you need to do to improve yourself? You need to, of course, acknowledge that this is where you are. And if you want to change something about yourself, begin to do research to find out some things that you need to do to make those necessary changes, and make a change, even if it's a small change, each and every day. So I hope that you've enjoyed what you've heard today as we talked about self-worth, essentially self-esteem, because both of them are interchangeable. You can use them interchangeably. Okay. And we just wanted to guide you about self-worth and how you really can obtain that. And we're going to talk more about exercises and so much more about self-esteem and self-worth, even on tomorrow, because we're going to be here tomorrow at 8:00 p.m. as well. And we're also going to let you know how the next 2 weeks are going to look here on the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast, because we are going to be actually in Africa starting next week. So stay tuned for that. But I thank you so much for listening on tonight. Remember, this is the podcast that empowers women like yourself to be able to create, relate, and elevate. Be blessed, and we'll speak with you on tomorrow night.